Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is going to be one that a lot of you have been requesting. I'm going to be trying the CLE DE PEAU Radiant Fluid Foundation with SPF 25. As a lot of you know, I'm a huge fan of the Radiant Matte Foundation by CLE DE PEAU. I also love the Radiant Cream Foundation, and I recently tried their Cushion Foundation. I'm going to link to those videos in the description box so that you can see in case you haven't watched them. So today we're trying this foundation and I'm going to be comparing it to the other CLE DE PEAU foundations. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here and you love luxury beauty, please be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you here. We have the best and the most amazing beauty community here, so it's worth checking out the comment section to my videos. You can learn so much because we have the most knowledgeable beauty community here. If you're returning, welcome back, dear friends. Excuse my hair, I just woke up, I'm having my fast coffee and I wanted to do this video. And I also have a sample. I had actually a few samples of the CLE DE PEAU. I believe that this is one of their most iconic serums. This is one of their anti-aging serums. It's the Firming Supreme Serum. Everything is in Japanese behind. So I'm going to show you the consistency and I'm going to apply the serum today on my face because I have been using it for the past 2 days and I have absolutely fallen in love with the consistency of the serum. It feels so nice on the skin. If you have the full size of this serum and if you've tried it for a longer period of time, let us know what you think because you are the real experts when it comes to CLE DE PEAU. I started actually purchasing CLE DE PEAU products because of you. So let's go ahead and open this. Now the consistency of this serum is so nice. It's actually like a light cream. It's not really like a serum. Just want to go ahead and show you here on my hand. So this is the consistency. It's like a lightweight cream, not really like a serum. It doesn't have this liquidy consistency and it has a light scent. It contains alcohol, which I usually try to stay away from alcohol in skincare because I have quite sensitive skin, but I find that I have been enjoying this serum so much in the past couple of days and I'm definitely considering to buy a full-size bottle. So I don't have anything on my face apart from I added right after I washed my face in the morning, I added a couple of drops of this serum from Uriash, but I use it almost like a booster. I always use this product before my serums lately, and I find that it really helps to make my skin feel better, like long term. And it literally sinks into the skin, disappears into the skin, so you can apply a different serum on top of this one. Ooh, we have a generous amount here, so we have a little bit more. Let me go ahead and since this is like a lightweight cream, I'm not going to apply anything on top. Like I'm not going to apply any other moisturizer. This time today I'm going to be skipping the SPF because I only have one sample from this CLE DE PEAU foundation and I find that if I use an SPF, with SPF it's a little bit tricky. I need to have more samples so that I could test the product properly because I find that SPFs don't always work with all kinds of foundations and that's why I'm just going to be skipping. And I'm going to be using also this product from Shiseido for under the eyes. I always use this one in the morning and in the evening because I find that it really helps to treat the fine lines under my eyes. I really enjoy this serum. Now this one was gifted to me from Shiseido, for which I'm so grateful to them, and I'm definitely going to be repurchasing the serum. Okay, you can see now the glow that we have on me from this serum. That's why it's very tempting to me to get a full size of this one. Now I'm going to actually finish my coffee and I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes because I never like to apply foundation straight after I apply my skincare. I like to wait for a couple of minutes so that my skincare can soak in, and I'm going to be back for the foundation. Okay, it's been 5 minutes now. My skin it feels very nice, I have to say. With this serum it feels very nice. I apologize, the weather is changing all the time today, so that's why probably my lighting is going to change from time to time because we have sunshine and clouds. It's very interesting weather. Anyways, I have the shade 010, which is the color that right now it matches my skin tone quite well. I have my skin tone right now is a little bit deeper than it usually is. So this 010, here is how it looks. Now disregard the tan that I have on my arms. My arms get a little bit more tan because I'm spending a lot of time outside. I'm going to be using my favorite #1 foundation brush. This is from CLE De Peau. This is the high coverage foundation brush. Everything is going to be in the description box. Oh my god, I think I'm going to need this foundation. Okay, so it definitely feels like it feels a little bit more liquidy compared to the Radiant Matte Foundation, I believe. Not more liquidy, but definitely I can see the luminosity on my arm right here. It matches my skin tone quite well because you're going to see it looks a little bit paler than my skin tone initially, but then my neck is a shade paler than my face, so I always match. I believe that the scent is a little bit lighter. Let me know if you have both foundations. Am I imagining? But definitely the scent of the foundation is a little bit lighter, just a fraction lighter. Oh, I hope I'm going to have enough for my whole face. Oh wow, I'm going to need to buy this one. It's gorgeous. Let me see if I can squeeze out a little bit more. I can squeeze out. Wow. Well, I think I'm going to like this one even better. I don't know, guys. This one, just a quick information for those of you who are new to my channel. I am 36 years old. I have combination skin, which means that I have parts of my skin that are dry. This is usually around my eyes here and right here. I have a little bit of dryness, and then I have parts of my skin that are oily, which is around the nose and right on the center here. But lately, in the past couple of months, 2-3 months, my skin has been a little bit dehydrated. Wow. This foundation, I definitely need a full size of this foundation. It's brilliant. Now, I don't know why, excuse my hair. As I mentioned, I'm just waking up. I didn't do anything to my hair. But wow, I mean, wow. This foundation is so incredibly beautiful. It literally... This could possibly be my #1 foundation of all times. It could be because my skin is a little bit dehydrated now. I need to adjust the lighting because the weather changed again. Okay guys, apologies for me pausing the videos all the time, but I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, I'm looking at the laptop as well, and I just want you to be able to see realistically how my skin looks and how the colors look. That's why when I see that the weather is changing, I also pause the video to change the lighting for you, to adjust the lighting for you so that you can see accurately the colors. Well, this foundation, it just made my skin look so incredibly beautiful. This might be because right now in the past months my skin has been dehydrated, and I find that I actually gravitate more towards foundations that are more glowy finish as opposed to ones that have matte finish. I absolutely love the Radiant Matte Foundation, but this one, it is so beautiful. It literally melted into my skin so beautifully. Right now I'm just looking at my skin and I'm saying, wow, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Can I just wake up with this skin? It has a light coverage. I think that it's going to be buildable. Let's go ahead and see if we can build this up to cover this little pigment that I have from a spot. Definitely has a very natural looking finish. But I just want my skin to look like that. Sorry guys, I'm just trying this for the first time and I'm really I got a little bit more emotional. Why am I building up the foundation here? I don't have anything to cover here, but anyways, let's actually try with what's left. I'm gonna try and apply it right under my eyes. To see how much we can cover from the darkness under my eyes. I don't have severe dark circles because the serum that I showed you is actually quite good. And it takes care of the darkness under my eyes. Okay, this is what we have, and for now this is going to be my #1 CLE De Peau foundation. Now if you have oily skin that really gets oily throughout the day, I would say that this one is going to be the best one. The Radiant Fluid Matte foundation is going to be the best one. But if you have dry skin, normal to dry skin, or dehydrated skin, then the Radiant Fluid foundation is probably going to be the better one, because right now, even though I have combination skin, I prefer the Radiant Fluid foundation now because it just melts into my skin so beautifully. It feels like I don't have foundation and I think I need to purchase a full-size bottle of this. We're going to see how it's going to wear throughout the day. I suppose it's going to be a good one. I mean, knowing CLE De Peau and how their foundations perform, this is definitely a light coverage foundation. It can be built probably up to a light medium coverage, but I'm so impressed. I feel like I'm a little bit pale now, and I'm going to be using, this is my current favorite, one of my current favorite lipsticks from Hermes. It's quite new and it's Rose, what was that? It's number 21, Rose Épicée. Okay, this is with the Hermes lipstick, and I applied it only to feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more presentable for you guys, because I have very thin lips, and if I don't have any lipstick, my lips are basically inexistent. So let's go ahead and finish my makeup. I love the brow pencil from Floris's. This is the one that I have been using for the past few months, and I really love this one. Just going to go ahead and fill in my brows slightly. I'm going to create more like an effortless makeup look. And I like using also the Sigma brow gel just to set my brows, keep them in place. Next, I'm going to be using a little bit of Hermes compact powder. This one is the 01 Plein Air powder. I actually like this one. I'm not sure how it's going to look on somebody with deeper skin tone. I've heard some people saying that it actually leaves some white cast if you have medium to deeper skin tone, but for me it works really nice. It has this light blurring effect but without adding coverage, so I like it. I didn't like the Beauty Balm, the tinted lip balm, but I like this powder. And a lot of you have been asking me to compare the Hermes powder to the Chantecaille Perfect Blur powder. Now, both are supposed to be blurring powders. My personal preference is Hermes. I could never get along with the Chantecaille Perfect Blur powder. It just doesn't do its magic on me. And this is the second time that I'm purchasing the Chantecaille Perfect Blur powder, because there's a little hair here. I purchased it because it was so hyped and overhyped, and it was presented almost like a magical product. I didn't find the magic. This is probably because I have combination skin, and I don't know why, but it doesn't really blur anything on my face. It just makes my skin, it's okay when I first apply it, and then a couple of hours later my skin just becomes so oily. It almost like irritates my skin to produce more oil. So this is what this powder does for me. It doesn't do its magic. Then I decluttered it, and then a lot of you have been asking me, well, please review the Chantecaille Perfect Blur powder. And I was like, okay, did I get something wrong the first time? I don't know. And I purchased it for a second time, and I'm about to declutter it once again for a second time because it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work with a brush. Like I said, when I apply it with a brush, It almost triggers my skin. It's almost like it triggers my skin to produce more oil and to become the worst version of itself in a couple of hours. When I first apply it, it looks good. I just don't want to apply it now on my face because I like how the foundation looks and I don't want to ruin it. Because I know that if I apply it, it just somehow triggers my skin to produce oil. But I've heard that it's a good product. So since it gets so much love and attention in the beauty community, it's probably a good product and I would recommend it for those of you who have dry skin, definitely dry skin. Then I tried using this powder, like the second time when I purchased it, I was absolutely sure that I'm gonna make it work. And I tried using it with the dry beauty blender. It doesn't work because it's too dark for me when I apply it with a dry beauty blender. It just looks dirty on my skin. It just looks muddy. It just changes the color of my skin and it's not the right color. I don't know what it is about this powder. It just proves that we all have different preferences. We all have different skin types and products that work for me might not work for you and vice versa. So don't be put off by this review. Definitely give it a go. If you have dry skin, especially, I would say try this powder because it's so overhyped, like so many people love it. I don't know if it's just the magic of so many people saying I love it, and then everybody else says I love it. I just could not find the magic of this powder. Okay, and this is the other Chantecaille powder that nobody talks about. So this is the compact makeup, probably because it's a compact makeup. It is supposed to be a powder foundation, but I use a little bit with my beauty blender just to set my face. I use the shade Petal and it works really nice on my skin. So this one is my preferred powder. Next, I'm going to be using the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and this one is actually great for contour. I have the shade Fair, and the shade Fair is nice for contouring the face, whereas the Chanel Cream bronzer works better as a bronzer. But I'm going to use this one just to add a little bit of contour to my face, just to kind of sculpt my face a little bit, right here on the sides of my nose. Just gonna sculpt my face lightly. Next, moving on to my favorite product for this summer. This is going to be the oversized Le Beige Healthy Glow Powder. I know that at the time when I'm filming this video, you don't have it in the US, but when it arrives in the US, grab this powder. I really, really love it. I don't think that you're going to regret it. I'm gonna use it with the Chanel oversized kabuki brush. And I like to use it right here just to add some healthy glow. I have been absolutely addicted to this powder. I use it every single day. I love it and I can't imagine not having it, especially for the summer. It just gives such a beautiful color to my face. I have the shade Light. And then under one of my recent videos, a couple of you actually requested that I should use the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. I should use it on my eyes just to try and sculpt my eyes. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm using a Refra brush that I love for sculpting. So let's go ahead and see how this is going to work. I'm going to apply this only in my crease. It works nice, I think. The blendability is really nice. I love how it blends. And yes, you can definitely use this one for a very natural sculpted look on the eyes as well. And then just with my finger, I'm going to be using the pale shade from Dior's Riviera makeup collection, and I'm going to apply it only in the center of my eyelid. Just adding some light, then I'm going to be using one of the new Chanel eyeliners just to line my upper lash line, and I'm going to focus the color actually on the outer part of my upper lash line. Then I'm going to curl my eyelashes, apply mascara. Okay, so this is with the mascara on, and I'm going to apply just a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to be using the CLE De Peau. This is my current favorite highlighter. I'm going to write the shade. The shade is actually 18. This one is the most natural looking highlighter that I have ever tried. Really, really beautiful. Because it's this kind of highlighter that it gives something to the skin, just adds some light to the skin, but it's not too obvious. And this is something that I really, really love. So this is going to be the finished look for today, and then I'm going to come back in a few hours just to see how the foundation is going to wear throughout the day, because we're doing a full day wear test today because I don't have another sample. But for sure I think that I'm going to be buying this foundation. It just looks so beautiful. I'm not sure how it's going to look on my skin in the summer, because in the summer I have normal to combination skin. My skin usually gets quite oily because also I live in a humid place, in a place where the climate is humid, so I usually try to stay away from glowing foundations. But for sure I'm going to be getting this one for the fall season. We're going to see. I'm actually very tempted to buy this now, even for the spring/summer season.